Are you a person who is all-knowing of your country's history? Have you ever wondered what history is like in the outside world? Are you an expert in history? Or maybe you're even a historian? Probably not. But if I show you this picture, you will definitely know what this is about. Do you know what this picture is? You guessed it, this is the Berlin Wall. A wall so controversial that it divided the families and drifted the people away from their own country. My name is Damian from X2Ju from SMAK Santo Yosef Denpasar, and today I'd like to explain the impact of the fall of the Berlin Wall. But before I continue, I'd like to move to a different location to explain the context. World War II had just ended, and the Allies had a decisive victory, which included the United States, the UK, and France. While on the losing side, Germany lost the war and lost a couple of territories. So, their country was split in two, becoming West Germany and East Germany. Now, the West Germany was occupied by the United States, the United Kingdom, and France, while East Germany was occupied by the Soviet Union. Now, not only was Germany split in two, but the capital of Germany, which is Berlin, was also split in two, becoming West Berlin and East Berlin. Again, West Berlin being controlled by the Allies, and East Berlin controlled by the Soviet Union. Now, these two Berlins have very, very different ways of governing. The East Berlin had a worse economy than the West. So naturally, the people in East Berlin, they moved to West Berlin, which made the government of East Berlin not happy. So they decided to build a wall separating the two Berlins, which would later be called the Berlin Wall. The Berlin Wall was so controversial that it made the East Berliners cross the wall and try to go to West Berlin. Now the problem is they ended up getting killed because there are soldiers trooping the wall 24/7. And lots of crossings later, the German government decided to topple the wall, to access the crossing between the two Berlins, which made all the people go to the wall, and they all toppled the wall together. The fall of the Berlin Wall reunited families and friends together that once were separated. All the families that lost their lives crossing the Berlin Wall will now finally get to live together in peace. Now, this is good in Germany, but outside of Germany, different things were happening. You see, before the Berlin Wall's collapse, there was a political border called the Iron Curtain. This Iron Curtain separated most of Europe and dividing their political boundaries. So, after the Berlin Wall fell, the Iron Curtain also fell, which also reunited Europe once again. Back in Germany, a couple of agreements were passed around in the government. Now, these agreements were about the reunification of Germany, East and West. And after a year, the Berlin Wall fell. The agreement finally came to a close, and East and West Germany finally reunited to become one Germany, which would later be named the Federal Republic of Germany. Well, what do you think? Did you learn something new? This story doesn't only tell us the history of Germany, but it gives us a lesson for all of us. Now, what I told you, and what you saw, and what you think, was that Germany went through many stages before it became the country that it is today. So, the next time you visit Germany, just think about all the steps it took, all the monuments that were placed, and all the wars that it survived to become the Germany that it is today. Well, that's it for my video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something new, and I'll see you in the next English project. See you. Salam sejahtera.